They say that life is a journey, but it can feel like the journey of one. The road seems deserted except for what might hurt us, and there's no one who can help with your song. But as I sing these words of my travels, fellow walkers start to appear. I find my song is sung by another, and it starts to drive away fear. I know these songs won't even last a lifetime. Like the grass, they'll be gone on the breeze. But maybe in this moment they'll feel like a friend who is there to take the weight of your needs. May this night be a time of refreshment that'll steel us for the battles ahead. And I'll sing you these songs of my journey that'll light the paths we must tread. So won't you stay a while, and I'll cheer your hearts with stories that will fight for the truth. So won't you stay a while, and we'll laugh and cry, but these tears will remind us that this will not always be so. Oh, 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 will not always be so. Oh, oh, oh. If there's one tune that I want to leave you singing, it's the one about how you're not alone. This road may seem deserted, but actually it's crowded with souls who just want to be known. You will soon forget most of my songs. May the truths behind them always remain. And one day we'll join in song with the heavens that'll burst our hearts with every refrain. With every refrain that'll burst our hearts with every refrain. Thank you. Thank you. Well, good evening, everybody, and thanks so much for coming out tonight. If you want to follow the lyrics to most of these songs, that song is actually from an album that's coming out in December, so that wasn't in the booklets, but there are some booklets with lyrics in them. I think they're £1, so if you want to go grab one, just go pop round to the back and go get one, and we can sort out the pound later on. But that might help through the evening. And there's going to be some artwork up on the screen as well, and that's in the booklet too. I'll just quickly tune this. But let me give you a little bit of a background to this evening and the story I'm going to tell. So back in the start of October 2021, so whatever that is now, 4 years ago, my dad, Melvin Tinker, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And just 6 weeks later, he died. And those 6 weeks, as short and as difficult as they were also incredibly precious as we just talked together about eternity, about what's to come next, the journey that he was going on. And it's that journey and the journey of grief that followed that I want to share with you tonight. Now, I don't know where you are on that journey. You may have walked the road of grief already, and if that's true, you're probably still on it. But if you haven't yet, you will at some point, but you certainly will know people who are on that road, even if they are quiet about it. And so whichever way, I hope you'll come on this little journey with us tonight and find the hope that I've been able to cling to through this time. A little bit after Dad was diagnosed, he said they stepped out of the house and had such a sense of claustrophobia, as if this world is so small, but what's to come, what's just beyond the veil is so huge and magnificent. And as we were chatting about that, we talked about a story in the Bible. I think it's in 2 Kings 6, and it's a story about a guy called Elisha and his servant. And Elisha is a prophet and is being hunted down by the king of Aram. And the king of Aram has tracked him down and surrounded the city where Elisha and his servant are. And Elisha's servant looks out, and all he can see are these armies out to get them. And he's naturally terrified. But Elisha knows that there's something else going on just behind the scenes, just beyond the veil of what they can physically see. And so he prays, Lord, open his eyes. And it says, the Lord opened his eyes, and the servant could see horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. This song, which is the first one on the album, and is actually the first one that I wrote on this journey, is basically made up of things that Dad was saying during the time running up to him going to glory, and just as his vision of Jesus just got bigger and bigger through that time. And it's called I'll Hear You Speak My Name. I feel cocoon in this small world, on the edge of what I can't hope to take in. Help me see as eyes grow dim, the great expanse that lies beyond this veil so thin. As the tears flow, may your grace flood in. Show me what lies just beyond the chariots of fire that line the hills around me. Prise my fingers from this world, fill my eyes with him who holds me safe and sound. As the tears flow, take me to my home. It feels so close, what I spoke about when yesterday it seemed a million miles away. I hear a voice, soft and sweet. Is it really you, the one that I'm about to as the tears flow. Take me in your arms. I'll hear you speak my name, for I am yours and you are mine. I'll hear you speak my name, for I am yours and you are mine. I'll hear you speak my name. Well done, good and faithful one. Welcome home, my son. I'll hear you speak my name. Well done, good and faithful one. Welcome home, my son. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you very much. Thank you. Could I have a little less of the electric in there and a little bit more reverb on the vocal in my in-ear? Thank you, everybody. If you've ever looked after somebody who is dying, then you'll know it's an incredible privilege to get to do that, but it's also incredibly exhausting. And as I reflected on why that might be, I think one reason is that if you care for somebody who's poorly, in normal life, as it were, you have the hope of them getting better and sort of seeing the fruits of your labor. But when somebody's dying, you don't get to see that. You don't get to see what comes next. And so it can be very difficult going through that. But something that's really helped me is this book called Every Moment Holy. If you haven't got a copy, you should go get a copy. This is volume 2. There's 3 volumes now, I think. But this volume is particularly about death and grief and hope. And it's a series of liturgies for every moment. I'm going to read a few of these tonight. But this one. This is called a liturgy. This one. A liturgy for long-term caregivers. And it says this. Open my eyes, Father, to see how this service flows ever into your eternity, as a stream pouring into the sea. How it no longer has its context in the old kingdom of death, but in the new kingdom of life. How this tending of your child through their dying is not a last thing, but a first thing. How what once was a door slowly closing has become by your resurrection, O Christ, a door flinging open to eternal life. How I even now bear the honor of serving as a porter at this threshold, tending needs and carrying burdens for one who prepares to make the crossing into immortality. opens up a world still unknown. So I'll take the bruises of love, the battering of these storms, the waves break with every act of care. Upon my heart, it's my gift I give to you. What else could I do? Good night and God bless. I'll see you soon. Open my eyes, help me see. I usher your servant before thee. I'm tending the traveler, bearing their load, helping them walk down this fine road. So I'll take the bruises of love, the battering of these storms, the waves break with every act of care. Upon my heart, it's my gift I give to you. What else could I do? Good night and God bless. I'll see you soon. Sentimental feelings sometimes swell when they break against experience. Let me love well. We fight with the battles in the hallways of heart and mind. So I'll choose to love again and again until the time when the door flings open and he holds your hand as you take your first steps in the promised land. So I'll take the bruises of love, the battering of these storms, the waves break with every act of care. Upon my heart, it's my gift I give to you. What else could I do? Good night and God bless. Good night and God bless. Good night and God bless. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Sorry, to be really annoying on the sound desk, if I could have a little less reverb in my ear. Just a little bit, somewhere in between the two. Fussy musicians.
Such a diva.
It's not right but I cannot stand bearing this weight. Is it your hand that crushes my soul? I know that in time death faces a soul, but you know it's not right. Show me the light. Show me the light. Show me the light. Show me the light. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to read you another liturgy. This one is called A Liturgy for When Someone Thinks You Should Be Over It By Now. I know most people mean well, oh God, even when they speak careless, unhelpful, or unknowingly hurtful words. But underneath what is said sometimes rests the unspoken judgment that I should just be over this by now. The past is gone, they insinuate, so pull yourself out of this mire and move on with your life. The sentiments might even be sweet on the surface, something about hope or growth or what my loved one would have wanted. But the subtext remains unbearable. Let it go. Get over it. Move on. But I know, O Lord, that a smiling facade is not what you require of me when my heart remains so shattered. Sorrow is not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Each of us will grieve in our own ways and on our own timetables. Would it not, after all, be a stranger thing just to get over it? To go on as if I were not immeasurably impoverished by the loss of one I love? Doesn't it make more sense to believe that, though the sharpness of the pain will surely mellow over time and peace and purpose will return by degrees, that if we ever truly loved, we must always afterwards hear some refrain of grief weaving through the symphony of our lives, till death has been undone and all has been redeemed, perfected, and resurrected. There will be times to remember and to weep. And if this sorrow is the mortal price for the joy of having known and loved another, then I will bear this grief as an honor. Even as your wounds remain visible, O Christ, I will not hide the wounds and scars of love I carry through this life, for they bear good witness to the joy that was and to the hope of joys that yet will be. It's okay to cry, dear heart. It's okay to find your loss. It's okay to wonder how many bridges you could cross. Oh, it's okay to weep from the depth of your soul. It's okay to not know how in the world you can go on. So I will cry and ask the Lord why He has to take so precious a one and leave me behind. So I will cry and ask the Lord why do you believe, but I cannot see? Speak softly to me. It's okay to sit, my dear, and have cried all your tears. It's okay to feel numb and cold and stare at your fears. It's okay to not feel whole with your life ripped apart. It's okay to know there's hope, but not to feel it in your heart. So I will cry and ask the Lord why He has to take so precious a one and leave me behind. So I will cry and ask the Lord why do you believe, but I cannot see? Speak softly to me. I know there's hope in His wounds, but mine still bleed. Speak softly to me. May His tears mix with mine, it won't always be. Speak softly to me. I should say, while I'm just doing this, often people afterwards ask where the artwork that's on there comes from. It actually comes from this book. A wonderful artist called Ned Bustard, who very kindly gave me permission to use it. So that's where it originally comes from, but they also gave us permission to reprint it in the books, in the booklets. And there's a lot of symbolism and ideas to delve into in those pictures. There we go. Another, I saw a strange phenomenon, if I can say that word, that I've come across in journeying through grief and also then just becoming slightly more attuned, I guess, to other people's stories, is that a lot of people talk about how, because people struggle to know what to say, when somebody's died, which is fair enough, sometimes people choose to say nothing, and even to act as if the person who has died didn't even exist. They just, because they don't know what to say, so they just talk about anything else but the person. And for many people, that can become a double grief. And so I wanted to write this song. I mean, I didn't have this experience so much myself because my dad was fairly well known. He was a preacher. He was an author. So pretty much everywhere I go and do one of these shows, there's somebody who has heard him or read one of his books or something. And so everybody, there's a story everywhere that I go about my dad, especially his sense of dress. If you knew my dad, he had a fun sense of dress, and with fun waistcoats and jackets and things. But that's a whole other story. But I wanted to write this song. It's called Come Sit With Me. And it's an invitation. It's an invitation to come sit with people who are grieving. Don't worry about not knowing what to say. Sometimes just sitting is all that's needed. Just be there with them. But maybe ask questions. If you've got stories to share about the person, share those stories. Fill in some of the blanks. Because you might think that person knew everything there was to know about the person who's died, but they didn't. Because if you knew them, you had a unique relationship with them that person didn't. Like I say, my dad was fairly well known. I knew him as a dad. So meeting other people who knew him from a different angle, I get different stories. I get a different perspective on my dad that I didn't have. So I want to hear those stories too. So that's what this song is about. Are you ready? Speak to me, your memories. Speak his name. Don't hide it from me. You can't suddenly remind me he's gone. As if I could forget my sad song. You may not know what to say, neither do I, neither do I. You may not know what to do. I need you to stay right here. So come sit with me and we'll laugh together. Come sing with me and we'll cry with each other. Come sit with me and we'll laugh together. Come sing with me and we'll cry each other's song. I know there are no memories to make, but there's a storehouse that we can raid. You have stories to tell that I don't have. I want to hear it all. I want to cry and laugh. Don't leave me here on my own. I cannot steer this boat alone. But with two hands, your hand in mine, we can surely make it whole. Can surely make it whole. So come sit with me and we'll laugh together. Come sing with me and we'll cry with each other. Come sit with me and we'll laugh together. Come sing with me and we'll cry each other's arms. Come sing with me and we'll cry each other's arms. Come sing with me and we'll cry each other's arms. Thank you very much. Thank you. there you go. Keep on this picture just for a second. My dad, up until probably not that long ago, would, certainly through the 80s and 90s, would always wear a suit on the beach. He was a very smart man, but that's us in France. And yeah, always have a jacket and a shirt. So there we are. Talking of memories, I'm going to share a little memory with you guys. And as well as wearing suits on the beach, Dad also loved the beach. I think his happiest memories were at Cleethorpes. Anybody ever been to Cleethorpes? You have? Sorry. It's Lincolnshire. I'm sure it was much nicer when my dad used to go, but it's a bit of a dive now, sadly. And my parents, we moved to Hull in '94. So Mum and Dad had met at the university there, but as a kid, he used to go on holiday up that way from Kirkby. That's where he was from. And so when they moved there, anybody from Kirkby?
Kirkby.
No, Kirkby. You say Kirkby. Yeah, Kirkby in Ashfield.
I know where that is.
Yeah, there we go. He does. Anyway, huh? There's a few Kirkbys around. Anyway, we'll have this conversation later. So anyway, they went, when we moved back to Hull on the days off, Dad would want to go to Cleethorpes, and my mum eventually banned him from going, because he would go rain or shine, because it was all his memories, but it wasn't my mum's happy memories. But we also, when we would go on holiday and go to the seaside, Dad would take us, middle of three boys, and he would take us out individually for a father-son walk. And we'd inevitably end up at the amusement arcade. One of his favourites, actually, it was a little bit later on in life, was in Portrush. Anybody been to Portrush? Okay, a few more, great. People often go there for the golf, but it's now called Curry's, but there was an amusement arcade called Barry's, right by the seafront. And Dad reckoned that they made the best candy floss in the world. And so this song is a homage to Barry's and all of those holidays and his holidays as well. And if you do buy the album, I know most of you will do digital now. It may still be worth buying the CD because you get a booklet with it, and it's got photos in there, and it's got things about each of the songs in there, and it's got some photos of Dad trying to ride his donkey as a kid, like he was a cowboy. He loved John Wayne and all that. But anyway, that's all kind of worked its way into this song.
Can I have a bit more guitar in the monitor? This one.
A little bit less of it in mine, though, in my ear. So it just went whoosh. Very loud. So I think it's fine. So many channels on these things now and buttons to press. So if I can then have a little less of his guitar in there,
I'll go with
that's
that.
all right. Just say it got very loud. Just a little less. Down in that one. Yeah. Okay, this is called The Best Candy Floss in the World. So if we flick on a couple of slides, I believe. There we are. That's my dad with my brother on a Helter Skelter, which apparently in America, they don't. I've been doing some shows in America. They don't know what a Helter Skelter is, or candy floss, because they have cotton candy. So this is a very confusing song for them, but they know who John Wayne is. That's about it. Okay.
I've forgotten it now. We've taken so long. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You put a penny in the slot and see where it falls. You're gonna win one of these days. Hand me that rifle, kid, and see how it's done. I'll shoot all those cans like it's a John Wayne's gun. It's just you and me, son, tonight on the town. I'm all yours till the sun goes down. Let's go to Barry's, take a turn on the cars. They got the best candy floss in the world. Oh, they got the best candy floss in the world. So Take me back to when I was young, haunting the penny arcade. Yogi Bear had 6-shooter gun, riding my steed, but my steed would never run. It's just you and me, son, tonight on the town. I'm all yours till the sun goes down. Let's go to Barry's, take a turn on the cars. Let's climb the helter-skelter, we'll be touching the stars. Oh, they got the best candy floss in the world. Your son out on the town, give him your time as the sun goes down. Time the helter-skelter, show him the stars. Head back to Paris, take a turn on the cars. When it was just you and me there on the town, I was all yours till the sun went down. Around the helter-skelter and under the stars, we made the sweetest memories there. Oh, where was the best candy floss in the world? So don't forget, it was the best candy floss in the world. Mr. Johnny Race on guitar there. Another, I call it a phenomenon, but something that I think a lot of people who have lost somebody can associate with this, and it's the moment where it's happened, and you kind of go out into the world, and you realize that the rest of the world has carried on going, and your world has just stopped. And it's so confusing, because you're like, why doesn't anybody else understand what has just happened and how devastating this is and how big it is? For me, that happened on New Year's Eve, and around that time. So Dad had died at the end of November, and New Year we went to my wife's family, and I hadn't prepared myself for the impact of that. And I got out the car and saw her dad, and just suddenly felt so overwhelmed. And then New Year's Eve itself, they were having fun and laughing, and as they should, they were enjoying it. But I couldn't join in that night, and so I went upstairs and wrote most of this song. And it is another song about struggling with the grief and struggling with the pain, but it's also a song of hope. And I hope being able to trace that through these songs, that and it is the way that Christians grieve. Death is wrong. Death is not right. It is not how it should be, and it's not how it will be. And because of that, we can grieve and feel the pain of that. And as I sang in one of the songs, Jesus wept. Jesus wept over death. But at the same time, we can cling to hope that God will bring good, as sure as the stars shine their brightest in the darkest of nights. This is called Good Night to the Old Year. Good night to the old year, brought me so much pain, but I know the seed will never grow without the pouring rain. So good night to the old year, maybe one day I will see how the struggles and the tears were water in the sea. So good night, good night, good night to the old year. So good night, oh good night, good night to the old year. Good night to the old year as the darkness gathers in, but I know it's in the darkness that the stars will shine again. So good night to the old year, I'll squint with both my eyes, and maybe I will see blessing where it lies. So good night, good night, good night to the old year. So good night, oh good night, good night to the old year. So good night to the old year.
I'm actually on acoustic for this one. I didn't tell you, sorry.
Check. Okay. So much was planned not to come true, not to come true. So much prepared not to be you, not to be you. But I'll laugh through the tears, and I'll walk through the fears, and I'll live in the face of death. But it's so hard to sing, it's so hard to sing. There are no Take every inch of my life. It's colored by you, colored by you. I try to hold on. Each memory of love is a reminder of loss. But I'll laugh through the tears, and I'll walk through the fears, and I'll live in the face of death. It's so hard to sing, it's so hard to sing. There are no words. There are no words. I want to cry out, but nothing will fall. So all that's left is love with nowhere to go. With nowhere, nowhere to go. So I'll laugh, so I'll laugh, so I'll laugh through these tears, and I'll run through these fears, and I'll try to live in the face of death. It's so hard to sing, it's so hard to sing. There are no, oh, there are no, there are no words. Thank you. A huge shared love of mine and Dad's with the Beatles, and he gave me his old record player from when he was a teenager. This beautiful orange and cream thing, smelled amazing. He gave me that when I was like 9 or 10, I think, and this when I started playing guitar as well. And I just started raiding his record collection. He had all the late Beatles stuff on vinyl, and I started buying all the early stuff on tape. And get this, you young'uns out there, I used to save up £9.99 in the early 90s to buy a tape. Okay, which also just shows you how music has not gone up with inflation. If you can buy my CD out there for £15, and you probably spent about the same amount 30 years ago. So, yeah. No pity party for us musicians, but it does say something about how difficult it is to make money out of music. Yes. So I used to, when I was at home from school ill, my two choices of film were Woody Allen's Take the Money and Run. I was a very strange child, but it's a great film. And Hard Day's Night. Those are my two favorites. And then when Peter Jackson announced that he was going to be reworking the Let It Be film, which Dad had always talked about, you just couldn't get the original Let It Be film, but he always talked about it. It was like, oh, it's so depressing. And then Peter Jackson's like, oh, I'm going to go into the archives and redo it. And it's Peter Jackson. So if you know anything about Peter Jackson, he wasn't going to do just an hour and a half. He was going to do like 50 hours of stuff, which was great for Beatle geeks like me. And so I'd arranged to actually go up and spend the weekend with Dad to watch it when it was released on Disney+. But he died 5 days before it came out. And so I was never able to do that. And for me, still that's the reminder of grief, that I can't do things like that with Dad. I can't ring him up. Like if we had watched that together, we would have been talking about it on the phone for ages afterwards, sharing little things that we'd seen and so on. But I just can't do that. I can't ring him up. I can't share with him all these things which I know he would love to hear. So I wrote a song about that, but I also know that one day I will be able to talk with him. So in this particular song, we decided to pour all of our Beatle energy into this song. And again, if you get the actual album, it's even more Beatle-y than we're going to be able to reproduce on this stage, but there's loads of harmonies and lots of fun stuff. But if you do like the Beatles, you'll be able to pick up a few different songs that we've referenced in this. So bonus points if you can do that. All right, let me just... So this is called I'd Like to Tell You, But I Can't. But I can't. I'd like to share these thoughts with you. I'd like to tell you, but I can't. And that thought just broke my heart. To see you, but I can't. I'd like to hold your hand in mine. I'd like to see you, but I can't. And that thought just broke my heart. Tell you, and I will. I'd like to walk those streets with you. I'd like to see you, and I will. For one day I'll see your face again. Thank you. One day I'll have roadies who will do this. and 50 guitars. Though I am running out of space, so. There's an empty chair across from me that's only filled with memories. There's an empty chair that tells a tale of love grown in time that now seems so pale. I can still hear your laughter, but the silence only screams. I can still see your smile, but the walls stare back at me. Is there a light we cannot see? Is there a mist surrounding me? And so tell me where these memories go. Is there a final tale to be told? Is there a light we cannot see? Silence only screams. I can still see your smile, but the walls stare back at me. Is there a light we cannot see? Is there a mist surrounding me? And so tell me where memories go. Is there a final tale to be told? Is there a light we cannot see? There's another empty chair in a far, far land. I will join you at the table, and you will take me by the hand. For this world is just a rumor of a gathering so bright. Empty chairs are but a whisper, waiting there is all the light we could not see. There is a light that we will see. Gone will be the mist surrounding me, and that is where these memories go. There is a final tale to be told. There is a light waiting for me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we have come to the final song of the evening. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for staying. And I'll be out the back afterwards. If anybody wants to just come chat, feel free to. Maybe you've got stories that you want to share. I'm all ears, so please do come chat. I've also out the back. It's like a little guest book, as it were. Sometimes people like to just write some reflections. Maybe they don't feel they can say it out loud, but it's something they can write. Obviously, other people can see it, and it might be shared, so I'll leave that to your discretion. But you're very welcome to do that. And yeah, if you want to take it home, some of the music you can. There's download codes, there's a vinyl, there's CD, and there's also USB sticks if you want that, which has some extra singles from a new album that's coming out next month. Which, if you do like there were 2 songs we played from that new album. The very first one and the Open My Eyes song is on the new album. If you want to pre-order that, you can also do that through a little QR code. Anyway, all of that done. I'm going to read you one more liturgy. But before that, say, as well as being a preacher, I mentioned my dad also wrote books. And the very last book he wrote was published only a few months before he was diagnosed. So he had no idea what was coming. But it was appropriately called The First and the Last. And it was about the Trinity in the book of Revelation. So the very last chapter of his last book was about Revelation 21 and 22. And in it, he talks about what it might be like waking up in eternity. So I worked some of that into this final song. And also, because he was a preacher, we knew somewhere he would have quoted from Narnia, The Last Battle. So we found a recording of that, and it bookends this song. So he'd been very pleased. He got the last word on my record. So, but I'm going to read you one more liturgy. And this is one I read with Dad, and it's called A Liturgy for the Living of Last Things. I know that I am not long for this world, O Lord, that I am even now perhaps already living a litany of last things, some long since completed before I even knew to name them so. Last conversations with all the people I've known, last times reading beloved books or watching favorite films, last celebrations of birthdays and holidays, last outings to places I delighted in, last enjoyment of spring flowers or autumn leaves, last time savoring various favorite foods, a last time seeing the tossing of the ocean or the splendor of mountains. Soon there will be a last sunrise seen and a last sunset met, a last marveling at the moon or wondering at the stars, a last weeping, a last grief, a last commiseration, a last joke, a last shared laughter, a last song heard or sung, a last story told, a last visitor, a last conversation, a last I love you, a last hand held, that final squeeze, a last goodbye, a last letting go. And then, that first hello, that first opening of my eyes in a place I've never seen, but have always known as home. And there, oh my King and my Christ, is where the real wonder begins. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. This is called The Tree.
The term is over. The holidays have begun. The dream is ended. This is the morning. And as he spoke, he no longer looked to them like a lion. But the things that began to happen after that were so great and beautiful that I cannot write them.
When I walk through that gate, who will shade my eyes as the world explodes in extraordinary light? Who will tune my ears to the sounds unheard? The gives life to all who shelter underneath, and I will trace my hands through the wooden ravines, feel the stories woven deep, all the joys and all the pains, every tear and every laugh, their purpose revealed, every tear and every rip, every broken heart is healed. I'll see intrepid feet approach, wide-eyed wanderers believe, with trembling hands outcupped, for they're ready to receive. And I'll see the Father's smile, and I'll feel His warm embrace. I will know that I am loved, I will know that I am saved. No more night and no more pain, it blows my mind and shakes my frame, and it sends through me pure shivers of joy, and it sends through me pure shivers of joy, and it sends through me pure shivers of joy, and it sends through me pure shivers of joy, and it sends through me pure shivers of joy, and it blows my fears away.
Now at last, they were beginning chapter 1 of the great story, which no one on earth has read, which goes on forever, in which every chapter is better than the one before.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.